Hey, what's up, everybody? So I usually go live on Sundays to do my watch list review sessions. However, I'm in the middle of making a big move, so between packing and getting things sorted, I just don't have time today to do that. But I'm still making a watch list video for you. So this week's going to be a tricky week to trade. We have big tech reporting earnings, so here are some of the names that are reporting: Apple, Tesla, AMD, Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, NEO, Boeing, UPS, Pinterest, GE, Shop, Google, QCOM, XOMF, Twitter, Spot, V, Cat, McDonald's, Starbucks, OSTK, and DPZ. There's also a Fed announcement here on Wednesday at 2 p.m. followed by Powell press conference. So those are just some things to keep in mind. The market right now is consolidating. So this is the daily. I'm on the daily chart time frame for /ES. It's the future that SPY follows. So you see we've had some bouncing around at around 4110. We might as well just say, 4100 is the overall support, with resistance being at the all-time highs. So it's going to be 4186. There was an incredible recovery move here on Friday following the news about the tax hike on Thursday. So big recovery move, pushing us back up towards the top side of the range. So it's anybody's guess where the market heads this week. If it's my, if I'm going to give you my opinion, and that's all it is just an opinion, I would guess that the market doesn't move much until a lot of these bigger names report earnings. I think we'll get some larger moves following, those reports. But leading up to those reports, I don't know that it's going to be a super hot market. Now, the flip side of that is, anything could happen, and maybe we do see a big run leading up to these earnings, and in an anticipation of good reports or good earnings. But I just want you to be aware that anything can happen and to stay on your toes. So trade safe and trade smart this week. Here's what I have on the watch list. A lot of these names that I have on the watch list actually report earnings this week. But the reason that they're on the watch list is because the setup that they're still presenting is decent from a technical standpoint. And if they break out and run, they could yield some decent returns. So the first one is going to be AMD. We liked this one as it has been consolidating between the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA after breaking this downtrend. So one of the first signs to a trend change is consolidation. So it was downtrending. We broke the downtrend and have been consolidating. So what we are looking for now is a break over this trend line at $84. So we've reclaimed the 50 EMA, which we've done a couple of times in the past. But now we need to break $84 for the move back up to the top side. There's a lot of room here for it to run up to around $87 or $88, but needs to break 84 first. This one does have earnings this week, so there's a chance that it doesn't break, but it had a massive move up on Friday and then consolidated into close, holding most of those gains, or pretty much all of those gains for the day. So we'll be looking for a move this week over 84 for a break of the range. The next one on the main chart watch list for tomorrow will be Apple. This one is also a range play. It's my opinion that Apple will likely follow the direction of the overall market. So if we see SPY pulling back, I think it's likely that Apple pulls back. But if SPY pushes into new highs, then it's maybe likely that we see Apple push into new recent highs. The resistance is going to be around $135. There are highs up here around 135.5. So either one of those levels would work for a position. I plan on taking a long position over 135, especially if we have market backing. Otherwise, if this gaps up or opens up over 135, I wouldn't mind moving my trigger level up to 135.5 and then taking a long position over that mark. The next one on the watch list for tomorrow is going to be Microsoft. So another one that's yet again range trading, but this one is range trading at the all-time highs, which makes this a really nice high probability setup. Also reports earnings this week. But this, from a technical standpoint, this analysis is very easy. So all that we are looking for is a break over the high here at 261.78, but I'm going to move my trigger up to $262 just to be on the safe side. In fact, you see it's actually tested 262 after hours. So a break of 262 should give us that confirmation that it's breaking the range and ready to move up and make the next leg up into highs. One that does not have earnings this week is PLUG. So we've seen this stock get beaten down quite a bit. It's actually now below the 200 EMA, and it may be time for this to reverse. I don't know, but that's why it's on the watch list, because if in the case that it does reverse, there's room for this to run back up to probably the $30 price point. It's trading just under 28 at the current moment. So all that we're looking for is a break over 28. Excuse me, it's actually up after hours. So a break over 28.5. Let's set it there. Break over 28.5 looks good for a move up to around the $30 price point, right? So that would be just under the 200 EMA. Your next resistance over 30 would be probably 31 or so, and then above that, probably 34, all right? I have a couple that are going to be side chart watches for us, one of them being NEO. So we've tried to catch this a couple of days on the break of this downward trend line, which has been great, but NEO has been trading kind of sloppy intraday. So there's been a lot of chop that's been going on with this stock recently. But I think it still presents a decent setup here. So we've broken this downtrend. This is actually a descending triangle where it's broken out to the top side and is now trading just under the 50 EMA. And that happens to also be the peak of, one of the peaks within this descending triangle at $42. So this is a side chart watch for us this week because it's currently at 41 or so. So it needs to get up to 42 and break 42 for it to have my interest. And we'll see where it goes from there, if it can break this 50 EMA or not. But alerts are set at $42 for right now, and if and when it breaks, we will be prepared to take a trade on it then. Boeing, this one has earnings this week as well. So again, a lot of earnings going on. Has fallen down below the 50 EMA, but has met some support at $230, which has support there previously, and it was resistance prior to that. So it makes sense that it would bounce in this area, but it needs to reclaim the 50 EMA and push back up to the top side outside of this range that it's in for the move up to around 245 or so. So we're looking for a break of 240 for the run up to 245. Another side chart watch for us though, not necessarily a main chart. And the last one that we're going to be watching is Facebook. So it's pushed up into new highs, pulled back, looks like a bull flag kind of forming right here. It's really trying to hold on to this $300 hold number as support. So it's started to move sideways with support really around the lower supports being around 297 and then resistance around 303 area. So a break of 303, in my opinion, should give us a break of this downward trend line, and we could see a nice move up to the top side. A lot of these plays that are consolidating, I feel like, are dependent on the overall market. So it's going to be super important to watch SPY this week and see what SPY is deciding to do, whether it's making new highs or if it's going to stay within the range. If, in the case that it breaks out into new highs, I think we're going to see a lot of these stocks that are set up to break out. So there's no need to watch all of them, right? Just choose the best one or two or three that you really like, and then micro focus those stocks. On the other side, if we don't get a breakout into new highs and SPY trades back within the range, my personal plan will be to size down as we trade within the range. And then once we get a directional break or a directional decision as far as where the market's going to go, then I will size back up to either normal position sizing or size into trades a little bit larger if we're truly getting that confirmation breakout. All right, so quick review: PLUG, AMD, Apple, Microsoft, NEO, Boeing, and Facebook will all be watch list potentials for this for tomorrow and for the rest of this week. Of course, after everything or after these stocks report earnings, those will also be likely candidates to make the watch list, depending on if they gap up or gap down or what kind of moves they make following the earnings report. The Fed does have an announcement on Wednesday at 2, so that's something to be mindful of. Trade safe this week, trade smart. We will be trading live Tuesday and Thursday, and the rest of the week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, will be all text alert days. All right, thank you for your time. Thanks for watching the video. Press the like button if it's helped you out. Hope to see you in chat. Talk to you later.